It was time for the brothers to complete their purchase and head back to their father with their younger brother. Everything had been arranged, the payment had been made, and they were satisfied with the additional portion. The mission was complete. But without their knowledge, Yusuf alayhi salam had planted the king's goblet in the portion of their younger brother. And as they prepared to leave, an announcement was made. The king's goblet was missing, and his men began to search their belongings before they were allowed to depart. The brothers were very confident in themselves. They knew they did nothing wrong, and they happily allowed for their goods to be searched. But when the search was complete, they were all left shocked. The goblet was found in the portion of the younger brother. Their hearts stopped, and the only thing that rang in their ears and minds were the cautionary words of their father Yaqub alayhi salam. This wasn't happening, not now, not after they had taken an oath. And Yusuf alayhi salam declared one thing: the one who was stolen the goblet must stay behind to atone for their crimes. The brothers instantly rejected that option. There was no way they could go back to their father without the younger brother. They even offered themselves in the place of the younger brother. He was too dear to their father, and there was no way they could live without him. But Yusuf alayhi salam stood firm. He saw himself as an honorable man. He did not see it right for someone to pay for another person's crime. That was injustice. A heavy silence grew in the room. They knew their father would not believe them. Had they not lied before, they would have given it a chance to explain to their father. But this time, fear consumed them. They had no idea what they would tell him. One brother, unable to bear the thought of going back to their father without the brother, stayed behind to ensure their brother's safety. What has once been a journey to retrieve food had now become a nightmare for them. As they traveled back home, they began to rehearse what words they would tell their father to convince him. Upon their arrival, they shared the news. There was nowhere to hide. Shock instantly overtook Yaqub alayhi salam. Not again. He reminded them of their past failures, of the two sons they had now lost him. Yet despite his grief, he did not allow his emotions to take control of him. He did not lash out in anger. Instead, he turned to Allah. He allowed himself to feel sorrow, but he didn't allow it to consume him. He felt the same hope that had kept him going will still take control again. He ordered them to return to Egypt and bring back not one child, but two this time. Even after all these years, Yusuf alayhi salam had been on his mind. Yaqub alayhi salam prayed and cried until grief robbed him of his sight. The pain was unimaginable, yet even in his suffering, his hope remained. Sometimes life takes you from bad to worse. You try to have kids for many years only to be met with disappointment. You lose your mobility after once being active. You study so hard but never seem to get the grades you deserve. You apply for jobs only to face constant rejection. And you wonder, where does it all end? But perhaps you're asking the wrong question. The real question is, when does it all begin? Now tell me, can you relate?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال بل سولت لكم أنفسكم أمرا فصبر جميل عسى الله أن يأتيني بهم جميعا إنه هو الأليم الحكيم وتولى عنهم وقال يا أسفا على يوسف وابيضت عيناه من الحزن فهو كظيم قالوا تالله تفتأ تذكر يوسف حتى تكون هرضا أو تكون من الهالكين قال إنما أشكو بثي وحزني إلى الله وأعلم من الله ما لا تعلمون يا بني اذهبوا فتحسسوا من يوسف وأخيه ولا تيأسوا من روح الله إنه لا ييأس من روح الله إلا القوم الكافرون